The New England Patriots just wrapped up minicamp, and it's safe to say that there's a different kind of energy in Foxborough right now. A changing of the guard is unfolding, both literally and symbolically. The big headline, of course, is that Tom Brady, yes, the GOAT, is finally getting his statue outside Gillette Stadium. And it's not just a rumor anymore, it's official. Mark your calendars for August 8th, right before the preseason game against Washington, because that's when the legacy gets cast in bronze. The timing? Some think it took too long, others say it's almost too soon. But when you bring 6 Super Bowls to one franchise, there's no debate. You get a statue. Simple as that. It's honestly a bit surreal, isn't it, seeing this chapter close in such a permanent way. Brady's been retired for a little while now, but for many Patriots fans, it still feels like he just stepped off the field. The man defied age, logic, and pretty much every expectation thrown his way. And now he's going to be immortalized outside the place where he built a dynasty. The emotional weight of that moment is going to hit hard when the unveiling happens, especially for those who watched every AFC championship, every Super Bowl run, and every comeback win like it was a ritual. But while the statue is a tribute to the past, minicamp was a snapshot of the future. A new era is starting to take shape in New England. You've got Mike Vrabel stepping in as head coach, bringing his toughness and experience back to the organization where he once played such a key role. And then there's Drake May, the rookie quarterback with all eyes on him, being handed the keys to the franchise. This isn't another stopgap situation. It's not a Cam Newton-type bridge or a Mac Jones experiment that fizzled out after flashes of promise. This is different. Drake May is here to carve his own path, and you can feel the anticipation growing. And it's not just May. Will Campbell, who comes in with high expectations of his own, made it clear he wanted to be somewhere with legacy. He chose New England for a reason. These young guys know the standard. They know the banners hanging above their heads at Gillette aren't just decoration. They're expectation. It's not just about making the roster. It's about living up to the weight of that logo, that fan base, that history. You can tell they're feeling it already. One of the more surprising developments from minicamp was the position switch for Caden Wallace. Remember, he was taken in the 3rd round last year and was initially projected as a potential tackle. Someone who might fill in on either side, but now he's taking reps at left guard. Not exactly out of left field, considering some scouts had him pegged for a possible move inside, but still, this is a shift worth watching. And apparently, Mike Vrabel is already a fan. He mentioned Wallace by name during the team's first meeting. That's not nothing. There's a quiet intensity to that move, and it signals a legitimate competition brewing on that offensive line. When you look at the trenches, a few spots are basically locked in. You've got Will Campbell at left tackle, Morgan Moses holding down the right, Michael Onwenu expected to line up at right guard, and James Ferentz looks like the front runner at center for now. Jared Wilson, the rookie from Georgia, might have something to say about that, especially if he continues to pick up steam. But it's that left guard position where things get really interesting. You've now got Wallace, Wilson, and possibly even an undrafted guy like Jack Conley, who's a mountain of a man at 6'7", pushing for a chance to make the team. Depth matters, and the Patriots are clearly putting a premium on building it. On the flip side, it seems like some familiar names might be falling behind. Players like Chasen Hines, Layden Robinson, Tyrese Robinson, guys who've been in the mix before, are suddenly looking like long shots. And that's how it goes. In the NFL, every training camp, every rep, every snap, it's a battle. You either rise or you get replaced. This coaching staff isn't afraid to shuffle the deck, and Vrabel has already shown he's going to make decisions based on performance, not past roles. Then there's the wide receiver group, probably one of the most talked about units on the roster heading into camp. How does Pop Douglas fit into Josh McDaniels' offense? Is he the right guy for that slot role that McDaniels has historically leaned on? If minicamp is any indication, the answer is yes. Pop Douglas has been everywhere. He's not just running routes, he's setting the tone. With Stephon Diggs and Mac Hollins not fully in the fold yet, Pop has emerged as Drake May's go-to guy in these early sessions. That connection is starting to look real. You look at McDaniels' past offenses, Edelman, Welker, Jacoby Myers, the slot guy's the engine, and Pop fits that mold. He's quick, smart, and knows how to find Space. He's not the biggest guy, but he doesn't need to be. He's elusive. He understands leverage. He's where the quarterback expects him to be. That's half the battle. And if Kyle Williams starts drawing safety attention deep, that leaves even more space underneath for Douglas to work. He's in the right system with the right play caller at the right time. And right now he's making the most of it. Of course, there's buzz around other guys too, like the undrafted rookie Chisholm, who shattered records at Eastern Washington. Everyone's talking about how he broke all of Cooper Kupp's marks. He's electric. He's fun to watch. But let's pump the brakes a bit. He's fighting to make the 53-man roster, not to take over the offense. Pop Douglas is still the focal point. McDaniel sees it. May sees it. The fans are starting to see it. Chisholm might get his shot, but it's Douglas who's running this show right now. Now let's talk about the backfield, because if McDaniels has proven one thing over the years, it's that he knows how to scheme the run game in ways that complement his quarterback. That's going to be crucial with a rookie like May under center. You don't want to throw the ball 50 times a game with a first-year QB. That's a recipe for burnout. But if you can get the backs going, establish play action, force defenses to crowd the box, that opens up everything. And minicamp showed us that McDaniels is already experimenting with new looks. We saw Antonio Gibson, Trayvon Henderson, and Ramondre Stevenson all on the field at the same time. That's not your standard formation. That's McDaniel saying, let's get creative. Let's mess with matchups. Let's move pieces around and force defenses to adjust. Is it a run? Is it a screen? Is it a misdirection into a wheel route or a bootleg? You don't know. And that's exactly how McDaniels likes it. He wants defenders on their heels. He wants chaos, controlled chaos. It's especially interesting when you think about Gibson's role. There was talk that with Henderson developing quickly and another UDFA like Larison flashing on tape, Gibson might become expendable. But from what we've seen in minicamp, he's very much a part of this offense. That three-headed monster, Henderson, Gibson, Stevenson, could be a real problem for opposing defenses if it clicks. And don't sleep on the fullback either. Brock Lampe, the guy's a truck. Absolutely built to be a lead blocker, and McDaniels has always loved having that hammer in the backfield. The fact that they're even talking about bringing the fullback rollback tells you how committed they are to mixing things up this season. And that's the theme across the board. Change, evolution, opportunity. Whether it's a rookie quarterback finding his rhythm, a young offensive line getting reshuffled, or a wide receiver group looking to step into the spotlight, everything is on the table. And with so many new pieces coming together, you get the sense that this isn't just a transition year, it's a foundation year. A chance to lay the groundwork for something big. One thing that's becoming clearer with each passing day of camp is that this team is building a new identity. And it's not just about who's calling plays or who's under center, it's about a different mindset. For the first time in years, there's an openness in the building. It's not stiff, it's not robotic. Players are smiling more. Coaches are walking around with an edge, but not a chip on their shoulder. There's a sense of urgency, sure, but also of belief. Belief that this team can get back to being dangerous. Drake May is a big part of that. Even when he makes mistakes, you can see the potential. The arm talent is real. The ball jumps out of his hand. He throws with velocity and touch. And maybe most importantly, he doesn't look scared. That's not nothing. You walk into an NFL. Huddle as a rookie, surrounded by veterans with the weight of a franchise on your back, and you act like you belong. That matters. He's not there yet, obviously, but the signs are good. He's learning, he's listening, and he's starting to lead. You can't fake that. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are beginning to swirl around the New England Patriots, and the buzz isn't about a bold new playbook or breakout training camp performances. Instead, it's the off-field drama that's turning heads. According to sources close to the team, a growing rift between tight end Mike Gesicki and quarterback Mac Jones has created a tense atmosphere behind the scenes. So tense, in fact, that the two reportedly haven't spoken in weeks. While no official statements have been made, insiders suggest the relationship between Gesicki and Jones has deteriorated significantly. Some describe it as unsustainable, citing missed connections on the field, visible frustration during practice. reps, and a lack of interaction in team facilities. One source even claimed that GESICKI has gone out of his way to avoid locker room conversations with the quarterback, fueling speculation that their partnership, once seen as a potential cornerstone of the Patriots' revamped offense, may be crumbling before it ever truly formed. This potential falling out raises questions about leadership dynamics within the locker room. Mac Jones, fighting to regain his footing as the team's starting quarterback after a rocky 2023 season, was expected to lean heavily on veteran targets like GESICKI. The athletic tight end, known for his pass-catching prowess, was brought in to be a reliable option and red zone threat. But if communication has truly broken down, the consequences could spill over onto the field, and fast. Some observers are downplaying the rumors, attributing the silence to professional distance rather than animosity. Others, however, point to the Patriots' recent struggles and suggest that cracks in the team's foundation are beginning to show. Could this be a symptom of deeper issues in the locker room, or just a temporary cooling off between two competitive players? For now, it remains a murmur. But in New England, murmurs have a way of growing louder. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.